What's up?
Hi.
What are we doing?
Going to McLaren to see a car.
Do you know what car?
The 675?
Wow. Do you know the whole title?
675LT?
Wow. Do you know why it's called LT? Okay. What are you doing?
Recording.
Why?
Because I said so.
Okay. What's up, everyone? So, it's been a while since we've made one of these videos. I picked up a new project at work. It's been consuming just about all of my free time. But we have this week off because my parents have been in town from Southern California. And we've got another McLaren Sneak Preview that I am pretty excited about. This is probably one of my favorite cars that they've released in some time. And it is the
765LT.
Correct. So, as many of you know, I have a 12C. We're driving in it. And when it comes to McLaren design, this already kind of looks like a classic car compared to their new stuff. But one of the reasons I like it is the cohesiveness of the design. The fact that it was basically designed and built by the F1 team exactly the way they wanted. And I've talked in the past about how even just adding the buttons to the door kind of took away from that cohesiveness. The 650 was even more so in that direction with how they regrafted the front end with the new headlights but kept the rear the same. But my favorite car, obtainable car I should say, that McLaren has made really across their whole lineup has been the 675LT. And to me it's just the pinnacle of design and refinement of the 12C chassis with the aero and I guess the performance improvements, but you know, this car was plenty fast already. Just the additional downforce and the way that it looks, to me, they just did a fantastic job. So with the 720, I've been eager to see what they, you know, bring forward with respect to an LT model and the aero upgrades. And you know, from the photos I've seen, I think it looks epic, and we're gonna get a chance to preview it today. So that's what we're doing right now. Can you hold for a sec so I can put my mask on? Okay.
Hi. Good.
Good. Hey, you want to be in our video today?
Hi.
Good to see you. Good to see you, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Alright everyone, with this video, I think I'm going to try something a little different from the other sneak previews I've done to make it a little bit more useful. So with the other sneak previews, I basically, you know, just went around the car and let the video do the talking, but I think I'm going to try to do a little bit of a voiceover here to explain what I like about the 765 versus, say, the 720, what differentiates it, and what I think is just really, really cool about this car. So, like the 675, this car has a lot of aerodynamic downforce added to it with carbon fiber bits. You can see here the headlights are all carbon fiber, we go down here to the front lip, and it's just this giant single piece of carbon fiber that adds, I think on the whole, all the body kit pieces add about 25% downforce to this car, and they just make the car really look the part, make it really stand out, just adds a lot of aggression to the design. You can see the side skirts here, carbon fiber, run the entire length of the side of the car and then into the rear diffuser with these giant vents down at the bottom. On the fender you can see through to the tire, and then all the way across the rear here. It's just very, very cool. Then up top we've got the quad exhaust, which I think is just a very, very unique, nice design. I think they really cleaned up the tail section of this car nicely. It was one of the kind of more awkward areas of the 720 in my opinion, and now it's one of the best areas of this new car. The one thing that kept bothering me about this, if you want to be picky, is just the dual color spokes on the wheel. If you're not looking too close, it doesn't really catch your eye, and it's kind of okay, but once you see it, it's kind of hard to unsee it. There was another guest at this event that I pointed it out to, and he made that comment to me. He didn't notice it, and then after I told him, 10 minutes later, he came back up to me and said he still couldn't unsee it. So, beautiful car, very little to complain about on the whole, but that's just one thing where I personally would probably opt for solid color wheels. And then inside, we actually have a carbon fiber cup holder, front and rear, which is kind of nice because in the 12C I have to tuck all of my coffee beverages, which is one primary use case for this car, underneath the center console area, and it's very hard to get it in and out. So having one right in the middle that's easily accessible is nice. And in the back here, we actually have a window display in the rear trunk shelf area through to the engine, which is pretty neat as well, because you kind of have usable storage now in that space, but you can still see the engine, which is very cool. So just some final thoughts as I kind of walk around this one last time. I spoke about how the 675 is, or was, I should say, one of my favorite obtainable McLarens. I think this has become my new favorite. The aerodynamics really, I think, perfect the 720 chassis the same way the 675 aerodynamics perfected the 12C. This quad exhaust looks just epic. The openness of this titanium kind of gating or grating really just makes this whole rear area look kind of light and airy. The wing, I think, is a little bit longer, 20-30% longer. It just looks so much more aggressive and menacing. I think it's really, really cool. Performance-wise, I think it has 754 horsepower. That to me, it's cool, but 710 was perfectly fine, I think. Kind of like in the 12C when I'm driving it, the one thing I wish it had was a little bit more downforce, a little bit more bite when you turn in the corner, bite and stick. And I, never drove a 675, but I've heard that it's, night and day in terms of how it can hold the road. I imagine this is very much in kind. I think it just looks killer. I really think they knocked it out of the park. So, I think that's it. This is the sneak preview. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it was a little bit more informative than my other ones. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye.